Okay, what to expect in an off season, or how to approach it? Why do we do it? They're all the questions that kind of lots of people ask. Yes, there's lots of people that can make great progress kind of competing every single season, but majority of people cannot, or if they do that, they tend to sometimes look a little bit worse year to year. When you are kind of an amateur or someone who's trying to build their muscle and they haven't quite got there yet, or you potentially even a professional and you've not grown any muscle yet or enough muscle yet, make sure that you take time away from stage. Don't be nervous to do that. There's some people that could potentially grow from a small off season, and some people that could probably benefit from being away from the stage for a little bit longer to build that mass. As I've said before, so many people have the potential, but because they don't want to commit to an off season, because it is very monotonous, it is very boring. Like, a competition prep is easy to be able to do because there's that big goal in 24 weeks. You're going to start seeing changes very frequently. Off season isn't like that. You don't see changes every single week. You probably run the same plan for quite some time. It is very boring. But if you do enjoy it and you do want those kind of progressions to come from it, you will be willing to obviously commit to it. So it's really important that you do take that time and don't be nervous to take that time if you do need to. I mean, personally, if I could have done my career in a very different way, I would have definitely started with figure to begin with rather than doing the bikini route, because that's what I wanted to do. But obviously I was pushed in the direction in bikini. It means that I could have done some off seasons towards the beginning of my career rather than trying to have to do them now when obviously I'm a little bit older. So if there's anything that you can learn from me, is do some off seasons earlier, really build some mass so that then potentially you can compete a little bit more frequently towards the back end of your career. When it comes to a female and needing to off season, I think it's really important to take that time away from stage, because we know that obviously whether you're an assisted bodybuilder or whether you're a natural bodybuilder, as a female, a prep is very taxing on the female body. As soon as you get to a certain body fat percentage, obviously not running a whole lot of foods, is there the risk that most people lose their monthly cycles? Yes, there is. If you're then trying to compete every single year and you're losing it year upon year, you may never regain it. So I think it's really important, if you do want a nice functioning body as a female, that obviously you do take that time as well. On the other side of things, when it comes to being a female and struggling with the off season, because I do think that most females struggle with off season compared to males. I think that males do struggle sometimes with the fact that they probably have a little bit of a fatter face. They're probably a little bit chubbier in their body. I'm not saying fat, just a little bit. They're just holding body fat compared to a prep where they're complete blocky abs and shredded glutes, got the shredded legs, looking great in a t-shirt, etc. But I do think that females struggle with it a little bit more because there is a lot more pressures for us as women to be looking very good all the time. And obviously in an off season, not to let yourself go, but if you're eating 6 meals a day, especially if you're eating 3, 4, 5,000 calories, are you going to be looking tip top? Probably not, no. It's like I get a lot of hate, a lot of awful things said to me because I obviously have a deeper voice than what I used to because of assistance use. I don't use a lot of assistance, so the side effects that I have from things have definitely been a lot more minimal than potentially other people have had as well. When it comes to eating 4,000 or 5,000 calories, unfortunately, I'm just a very unlucky person that when I put on body weight, I'm very much like my father, and then it goes to my tummy and then it goes to my face. It doesn't go to my glutes. I mean, lucky you guys who do have that, but unfortunately I do not. So the look in off season is not the prettiest. I mean, I'm probably sat at the moment in terms of where I would kind of naturally and normally, if I was eating like a normal person's diet rather than kind of a bodybuilder's diet, I'm probably sat at the moment about 25 kilos heavier than what I would do as a normal person. So my look day to day would be very different. It's really funny when people say, oh, I'm going to go into off season, you know, that's going to be more like my normal body. Kind of eating 6 meals a day, pushing your calories higher is not a normal body. So you have to be okay with the fact that in an off season, you're not going to be normal you. You're probably going to be normal you for about 5 weeks when you first go into a prep, start to lose some water weight and some body weight. And that would be more normal looking you, but not in an off season, especially when you're trying to push to add size. So you have to be okay with that. And you've got to know that, like, there's so many other people and so many other competitors, female competitors in the world like me, who get it. And if you're ever someone who wants to reach out and speak to me because you are struggling with that, please do feel free to do that. But if you want to make progress, you want to keep your body healthy, you want to put on the mass that you really need to do to be able to achieve the look that you need to for your class, especially when it comes to classes like wellness, figure, women's physique, women's bodybuilding, and then obviously when it comes to men's classic, men's open bodybuilding, etc., you need to be able to take that time to be able to put on the size. So don't be nervous to do it. It's not that bad, and taking time away, especially if you periodize it where, okay, this is where I'm going to be pushing, this is where I'm going to be dieting, etc. Have some little things in between to keep that kind of mind occupied, maybe some photo shoots or goals that you've got with your clients or your business. It really does go very quickly, and it will allow you to put on the mass that you do need to. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Obviously we'll be putting lots of different content out there. Obviously I'm very close to going into prep now, literally another 8 weeks and I'll be there. So obviously you'll be able to see my transition from off season to prep and potentially see, well, hopefully see some progress that was made from last season to this next season as well. Thanks guys.